Hey y'all, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new around here, my name is Janetta and we are about to reset for the month of April. Now, this month's reset is going to be a little bit different than the ones I've done before because for the first time in weeks/months, I am caught up on my housework. And what I mean is I don't have any dishes in the sink. My dishwasher is empty. I don't have a basket of laundry to fold. I don't even have clothes in the hamper to wash. And on top of that, I've already deep cleaned my little section for the week, which was my bathroom. So what I decided to do was to take you guys along more of the admin side of my reset, which is typically like budgeting and planning. This month though, I am gonna add in some goals/setting intentions because I think I can handle that this month. And then because all of my cleaning is done, I was thinking I could take on like one of my smaller decluttering projects. So we'll start with budgeting and then we'll go from there. Also, I think I've mentioned it before, but I am a paper planner baby, okay? And my planner, along with any of the customizations that I made to it, I'm gonna go ahead and leave in the description box. But like I have tried to get down with Notion, like on multiple occasions. I think I've tried it like at least 2 or 3 times. And there is something about digital planning that my brain just does not wrap very well behind. It's very likely the same blockage that I have with e-readers. Like I need a physical book with physical pages to flip. Otherwise, it just feels like my information is just out in the atmosphere. Anyway, the way that I go about my budgeting is that before I open a new month, I want to make sure that the old month is closed out. And what I mean is that any of the spending that I did in the month of March, I want to make sure that it's bumped up against the budgets that I set for March. I don't want anything from March rolling into April unless I specifically set it up that way. That usually comes into effect for me because I use credit cards like 99% of the time. So what I'll do is I'll log into the credit card portals and make sure that any spending that I did up until the very last day of the month has posted. And if it hasn't, I just do the math to make sure that when I turn around and pay my credit card bill, I'm paying my credit card bill for all the activity for the month. So yes, I typically end up ignoring the statement dates because the way that I decided to pay my credit cards is that I want to pay for anything that I spent from March the 1st to March 31st. I don't want to be paying for anything that I spent on like February 28th. So that's what I'm going to do now. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to take this opportunity to do like a last check-in with my budget because I do this by hand and I'm human, so I'm bound to make a mistake. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job this month, so I really just only need to make sure that the last week of transactions cleared. I came under budget this month again, and I am so happy about that. So happy. What I am not so much thrilled about is the fact that I managed to spend $223.89 on dining out. Whether or not it was takeout or actually going to restaurants, what do I think I'd be doing out here? I mean, I can't be all that upset about it because it didn't push me over budget, but also at the same time, like, that just feels like a lot of money to be spending eating outside. Next step for me is typically paying my credit card bills. Realizing that I glazed over this or didn't mention it at all, I do not carry balances on any of my credit cards, meaning that I do not allow interest to accumulate in any shape, form, or fashion. So when I was talking about like ignoring the statement date, that's just because that's the way that I like to pay my credit cards. For example, if the closing date is like the 21st of the month, when you get the credit card bill in the mail, it's only going to include activity through the 21st when I want to pay the 1st through the 30th or the 1st through the 31st. So I completely ignore like their listing of transactions and I go thumping through my transactions manually to make sure that I'm covering everything from the 1st to the 31st. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, ask me questions and I'll do my very best to answer them. All right, change the location. So my planner is neutral, but kind of plain. And this is what I mean. Like this is the color for April. And then when you get into the weekly spread, it's the same color. And because I'm more of like a functional planner versus decorative, the most I do is washi tape and then some stickers. So I've already picked up my washi tape for my weekly spread for the first week of April, and it's gonna be this one. This is so pretty and it just screams spring. And then for the header for my monthly, because, I don't know, it's not like a super tight space. I could fit a different kind of washi up there, but I saw this one and really liked it. And then when it comes to stickers, I use stickers from Coffee Monsters Co. and Once More with Love. Those are the two shops that, honestly, I love the stickers that they make, so I buy them repetitively. I also like them because they're on the smaller side. So look at these little guys. Oh my gosh, these emojis are adorable. So this is what my spread looks like when I fill it out at the beginning of the week. Like these habits here, they rotate, but I feel like these are the ones that are serving me well right now. So I'm gonna leave those there. I'm tracking what I ate just because I think it's something fun to do in here in this section right here. And mainly this is for dinner. This section I use for any tasks that I don't necessarily assign to a day, but that I feel still need to get done before the end of the week. And then I split the days between priority and to do. I got this idea from another lady on YouTube. I think her channel is Tattooed Teacher Plans. I'll link it below. But ever since I started splitting it up this way, it just mentally makes things clearer for me, because these right here are the things that I absolutely need to get done that day. And these are things that are on my to-do list, but like my world is not going to stop if they don't get them done. You know what I mean? This is what April looks like. I just added the washi at the top, and then I'll go back in and fill in any significant dates in here. And the same with like my weekly spread here. I'll go back and fill in what I need to do for every single day. This page is blank because it repeats itself. So if I flip back to March, my last week of March goes all the way through the second. So I don't feel a need to like repeat this twice. So I end up actually just gluing these pages together. Of course I kept going. So this is how I usually set up my page for like bills, income, and budget. So like I'll list all my bills here, income goes here, and then whatever budget I settle on will go here. And then I use this page to like track the different categories of my budget. I actually don't think I'm going to change anything from last month, just because I feel like the amount of money I spent on takeout was such an anomaly. And then even so, everything still worked out. I think for this month, after like my budget section, I think I'm going to use this page for like goals and intentions, and then leave the reverse side of this blank so I can check back in with myself at the end of April. So let me put something cute on here, and then we'll talk about goals. So maybe starting at 6 o'clock was not a good idea, because daylight is on its way up out of here. I also cannot tell whether or not it's about to storm, because the sky is giving like that look, you know? Anyways, took me long enough, but this is what I'm gonna go with for April for my goals page. It's been a hot minute since I set some goals and intentions for myself. I feel like it's springtime. It's also the beginning of a new quarter, so no time like the present. I went through my planner and looked at some categories that I had selected before, and I picked a few out of there and then added some new ones. So the ones I have for April, in no particular order: finance, health and wellness, wedding stuff, self, YouTube, and relationships. Now, I'm not going to go into details about like the goals that I put in those specific categories, but just to like give you an idea for some of them: finance, having a savings goal and how I'm going to get there. So how often do I plan on checking in with my budget to keep an eye on my spending? One from health and wellness I have is going to the gym at least 3 times a week. I totally feel like that's tangible. I just need to do it. I need to do the thing. For self, one of them I have down here is to make something. I have all of these things here, not just for my Cricut, but like I have yarn, I have macrame, I have paint. I just have not been making the time to create things like I want to. So that is one of them. And then let's do one from YouTube. So I would like to increase the amount of videos that I'm putting out. Right now, I'm averaging about 1 video a week, and I think I can do more. But before like I dive off the deep end, I'm gonna start with 5 videos, okay? So I'm gonna still try my very best to stick to the 1 a week and then throw in an extra video. I have no idea what that video is going to be. If you have any suggestions, please leave a comment below because I welcome them. For funsies, let's look at my little dashboard thing in here. Okay, YouTube is telling me that I have 175 subscribers. Blows my mind. Thank each and every one of you for subscribing to this channel. I really just feel like I just post the most regular videos on here, and the fact that even 175 people find my content remotely interesting is just, it's completely beyond me. So it's also saying that within the last month, I've gained 39 subscribers. So let's see in the month of March if I can gain 40 subscribers. Yeah, I think that would be really cute. So I'm just gonna go through the rest of my categories and kind of fill them in my book. And after that, I suppose there's no time like the present than to tackle this situation that I have going on over here. This right here is the mess that I've been keeping up. I feel like all I have done for the most part is just add to this stash. I haven't even really tried to keep it organized, but today I'm trying to turn a new leaf. I really don't know if all this stuff is gonna fit in this cart. I feel like it's not, but the least I can do is pull everything out, try to put it in groups of things. I have stuff like blanks down here that I think I'm just going to pull out and set aside because the other half of this project that I want to do in the next week or so is go through my craft drawer or drawers, because I really do think I have craft stuff in here too, and find a new home for blanks because this cart is small and it's just not feasible for me to keep stuff like that out here. Enough of me yapping, and I need to get to work. Okay, not me being embarrassed though, because there was way more in that cart than I actually thought. This is a pile of vinyl, yarn, macrame cord, beads, and the like right there. These, I guess I would just call them like tools, like the heat gun, the heat press, and like weeding stuff. Pens, paintbrushes, pieces of home decor from Target that I nearly forgot were in there. This is my collection of blanks. Also, while I'm on the subject of Target, somebody keep me out of the Target spot section because 80%, at least 90% of the stuff here is from the Target spot section, and I just can't. Glitters and adhesive things right here. And all of this is paper of some kind, whether or not it's like my practice paper or 12 by 12, then 8.5 by 11. I've got scrap paper mixed up in here. Not really sure how I'm going to organize that. And honestly, that's not even a today problem. Paper cutter, card stuff. I don't have a plan for how I'm going to organize this stuff. I feel like I should just start with the grouping of things that's the largest. This is what I came up with, and this looks a gajillion times better to me. Only issue right now is that this container that has all the paper in it, and then I also decided on putting the 12 by 12 vinyl at the top, it really just doesn't have a decent home. With the cart pushed all the way against the wall like it was, this box is still protruding out from the entertainment console. So what I think I'm gonna do is move this cart back away from the wall and store this paper on the floor behind it. It's not ideal, but it'll work for now and keep it out of the way. Yeah, I think that's the best that I could come up with now. And if you're wondering what I did with all of those blanks and like random home decor stuff that I have, I stuck it all up underneath my coffee table. And I'm gonna deal with that another day this week because like I was saying before, I need to go through both of these drawers right here. But until I get around to it, underneath the coffee table is where that stuff is gonna live. And since my work is done, I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope it was valuable in some way. Let me know down in the comments if you prefer this style of like monthly reset, because I really enjoy like the budgeting and planning aspect of it. The cleaning, not so much. You know, it's one of those things that has to be done, and if you don't do it, who is? I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.